appearing next to me almost instantly. "Mistress?" I asked. This was a strange turnabout. Up to now, he'd been using my name, or just girl, to address me, for the most part. He nodded and grinned a little. "I feel you deserve a bit more respect after standing up to Terleza. I never did like that woman." I stared at him for a long moment. To be honest, I was starting to like being called girl by him. It made it feel like there was someone out there that was looking at the real me. All the humans saw was a dungeon core after all. "I see. Whatever. I'm going to upgrade you. Get ready." He neighed and bowed his head. I moved us down to the bottom floor since I didn't want to risk the humans seeing anything through the windows of the manor. The reason I pulled all the ether together in the first place was to make Starburst stronger. It was time to get back to work. Upon arriving in the theme park area, we stood in the central plaza. Pointing my hand at Starburst, I directed all the ether I was pulling in from the aurora above my dungeon and channeled my thoughts of a powerful man. The ether took hold of his body, lifting him up into the air. The horse-like plushie shifted until he looked like a man in his 20s. My preferences may have infused his appearance a little, as he looked like Prince Charming with a handsome face. His horn grew longer from just above his forehead. Black and red armor covered his body since he would have been nude otherwise. I preferred not to see that if I could avoid it. White hair went to the small of his back, but it was done in a ponytail. I burned through nearly half the ether I'd gotten from my earlier actions of pulling the energy into my dungeon through magic. I hoped that this change would be useful going forward. Starburst slowly floated down and stood in front of me. I had to admit, I might swoon for him if I wasn't careful. His body and face were extremely my type. Good thing I knew the person on the inside. "I never thought I'd have the body of a man again," he said, flexing his hands in front of him. "Ah, thumbs. How I've missed you." Taking him in, I commented, "You do look more handsome than the form you had when you tried to kill me." "What do you expect?" Starburst asked with a snort. "This body was created with whatever image you had in mind." He checked himself on a nearby metal surface, which apparently leans toward princes. "I did my best," I said, shrugging, then handed him a copy of the skills that Lance had. "I want you to sneak out and track down Lance. She was captured by someone." "Why are you helping that mortal so much?" he asked, but still took the earring and put it on. "She's done a lot for us, but I want to think of her as a friend," I said, though I wasn't sure about that myself. The strange feeling I'd gotten from the people who took her haunted me as well. I wanted to know why they bugged me so much. He took the earring and nodded. "If the mortals didn't outright kill her, then she should be safe for a while. I will look into it." "Thank you. I plan to check if I can communicate with the mini-me that is with her a bit later. She appeared unconscious when I saw them take her," I added, thinking the doll might make it easier for him to find her if my plan worked. "Understood. I don't need to remind you to be careful, do I?" "No," I replied with a chuckle. Starburst was checking the movement of his body while I bit my nail. "Hey, hold out your arms." "Why?" he asked, but did so anyway. I pointed at him, and his hard armor shifted to a more comfortable cape and cotton clothing. I dropped my ethereal form into his outstretched arms and leaned on his chest, beginning to rethink that not swooning thing. "I always wanted a prince to carry me like this," I said, enjoying the ride. For some reason, Starburst was the only thing that I could physically touch in this form. I was enjoying the ride. Probably more than I should have when I remembered that I had touched Thomas the other night while still in this form. There was more to him than met the eye. I mean, I knew that from the beginning, but even more so than I'd originally expected, apparently. "Mistress Azaria, how long do you plan to last?"